I wanted to quickly go through how to use our data collection system. So when you click proceed to the next screen, you're going to see this media selection option. Here you have an option to choose between providing either video speech samples or audio speech samples. Please know that this choice is yours. You can choose either one. However, this data set will eventually be made public, and only the audio portion of the speech samples will be made public. The video portion will remain private and only be used by Arizona State University. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go ahead and select audio. Okay, so the next thing that we see is this message up here. This is very important. It says Cubic Voice wants to use your microphone. So that's because we said we're going to provide audio samples. So I'm going to go ahead and click allow. If you chose video, it'll also ask to use your camera. So you will also want to click allow for that. So I'm going to go ahead and click allow. You see this up here. This is showing that it's recording. You'll see the first task that we have is a task called sustained phonations. This basically means that we're asking you to hold a vowel for 5 seconds. You'll see this big yellow box over here. This means that it's going to count down. This is your countdown. So, and you see this that says tap to begin recording. So the prompt is to please hold E as in feet for 5 seconds. So that means that when I press this red button, I'm going to hold E for 5 seconds. So here we go. E. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and click next, but we also have the option to review. Or if I don't like that, I can also re-record it. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. Okay, so then you're going to see the other sustained phonations. For the interest of time, I'm going to skip over the other ones, and then we'll go to the next task. You also have the ability to skip whenever you want. So say there's a certain prompt you don't want to do, that's okay. Go ahead and skip. So now we're on to task 2. Now task 2 is made up of red prompts. So this means that you are going to read the text that is in the gray box. So for example, I will do, my mama makes lemon muffins. And then you want to hit the red button again when you're done recording. So then you see the next, review, or re-record. Same thing, you're going to press next and go through. Say, for interest of time, I'm going to skip through these as well to get to the next task, which is image descriptions. So you're going to see an image in the gray box, and you're going to be asked to describe what's happening in the image in 2 to 3 sentences. So, for example, here we might go say, a woman sits on the bench and facing away from her dog. There's also a trash can, and it looks like they're in a park. It doesn't need to be anything super elaborate. It can just be describe what you see, basically. So yeah, here's some of the other images. We're going to skip through those. And then last task that we're going to ask you to do is another round of the sustained phonations that we did in round 1. This is to make sure, basically to see if there's any change in your voice over the period of this test. So go ahead and repeat the exact same thing that we did in task 1. And then at the end of this, we'll be done. So that's pretty much it. That's a quick overview of how to use UncommonVoice, or also known as Cubic Voice, how to use our speech recording system. Thank you so much for taking the time to participate. I really appreciate it.